With high school graduation season wrapping up, millions of graduating seniors are looking ahead to what's next. For many, that means college. But a growing number of Americans say a four-year degree isn't worth the price, especially if it means taking on student debt. That's the focus in our school zone today. More than 43 million borrowers have federal student loan debt. The amount of that debt topped $1.72 trillion last year. And that's according to the Educational Data Initiative. It's also our big number today, and it's making people rethink if they want to go into the red. Only 22% of U.S. adults say a four-year degree is worth it if a student has to take out loans. That's according to a recent survey from the Pew Research Center. 47% said it's worth it, but only if someone doesn't need to take out loans. 29% said a four-year degree is not worth the cost regardless.
Well, Joshua Dobi back with us now. He's certified financial planner and the president of North Main Financial Group. Joshua, always good to have you with us. I mean, those are some massive numbers. What stands out to you when you hear those findings?
Chris, always good to be with you. Thank you. It's a very important question. We're dealing with it often with clients. The most important number, I think, has to do with the relationship between what the college cost experience is and what the average annual income is in this country. It's very overwhelming to take a look at that relationship because in many instances, especially at private institutions, that number exceeds the average annual income in this country. It can be very daunting from a planning and from a savings standpoint.
Because you think long term, there's this argument that, you know, the good paying jobs, you have to have the four-year degree to go get it. What do we know about how the earning potential compares when it comes to college graduates compared to workers who just have a high school diploma?
Great point, Chris. And that is well documented through the years that there is a significant increase in earning possibilities for folks who have a four-year degree. And when that's not the case, on average, not always, but on average, those numbers are less in terms of lifetime earning capabilities. However, I think what the pandemic showed us is that there are alternative ways to get to that line of either an associate's degree or a four-year degree, whether it be through community college, whether it be through online resources that have really reshaped the landscape. And I think, as the poll suggests, have really caused a lot of folks to rethink what a college experience will look like.
And also with that, you think of employers. I mean, what should they do when it comes to some of the educational requirements that they have for jobs they post?
Different employers are going to have different requirements, obviously. Some of our more technical academic positions, whether they be in the medical field or the law field, they have some very specific requirements, and justifiably so. However, in some other areas, we see even crossover between industries where folks are entering into the job force or the workforce in industries for which they didn't initially go to college, and it may not have been part of their major. So there's been a lot more flexibility. I think that's coupled in with a very tight labor market that we have right now that has caused employers to think differently about the qualifications for those positions they're wanting to fill.
Yeah, and it's overwhelming too when you think of the cost. I mean, ultimately $40,000 to $60,000 for a lot of these major name four-year universities. What are some of the financial tools you recommend people use so they can save better to actually have enough money to do this?
We encourage folks to take a look at as many options as possible, Chris, whenever they're beginning the planning process and whenever they're looking at possibilities for saving for college. Whether they do that in what sometimes are called 529 plans on their own, or looking at grant and scholarship possibilities that may be offered through the institution that they're going to attend, or through any number of civic and other educational organizations where there may be opportunity to earn those dollars so that they can help with room, board, and tuition expenses. It's daunting, though, and that's why we encourage folks to look at as many resources as you can, whether it be online or in person, to make sure you're maximizing the possibility to help you bridge that financial gap.
All right, Joshua Dobi, always great to have you on. Thanks for joining us.